The road to chasing your dreams is not linear. There are going to be many twists, turns, detours, turbulence, potholes, honey. Gravel paths and winding roads, to say the least. There are going to be some things that come up that derail you, but don't let that discourage you from continuing to go after your dreams. Even if you get stalled and it feels like a major setback, it's okay. By no means is Boyz II Men singing End of the Road right now. Let's chat through some ways to handle the hard and get back on track. We were put on notice we will have tribulations. The unfairness, the problems, challenges, and issues, they're gonna come. Let's be equipped to handle them when they do. Ready for me to be your personal mindset coach? Work with me one-on-one. Let's let go of what's holding you back and get the mindset you need so you can chase your dreams while doing all the things. You don't have to just dream about the life you love. You can actually live the life of your dreams. With my simple strategies, you can go from imagining to manifesting, from just trying to thriving. Let's rewrite your story now. Tap the link in the show notes and apply now. Your next level you is awaiting. Let's go on this journey together. In the midst of doing all the things, you can do all things and chase your dreams. Stay encouraged as we go on this journey called life, tackling everything that comes our way while we shine our light despite any circumstances we face. No more downplaying or dimming your light, because through the good, the bad, and everything in between, together we can encourage over everything. Happy Make It Count Monday. Let's start this week off with some real talk. When it comes to chasing your dreams and doing all the things, I hear a lot of these kind of comments. It's so hard. It's so easy to say, think positive or be positive. It's easier said than done. Yes. You're right. It is easier said than done. But have you ever heard me say it was going to be easy? Have you ever heard me say there's not going to be any hard within the process sometimes? No. No, you have not. The first thing I want you to do is stop expecting it to be easy. It doesn't have to be all hard. That's not at all what I'm saying. There are going to be some hard parts. You are not exempt from hard. No one is. The key is, how are you going to handle hard? What's your mindset when it gets hard? So, number one, decide how you want to show up when it's hard. Number two, decide the mindset you'll have when it's hard. You can show up strong and show up with the mindset that this is temporary and it's building you, and you'll be better because of it. First, pause and be still. When things are swirling all around you, it's easy to try to maneuver within the chaos. I was trying to do the same thing and do it all when I noticed I was reacting just like the chaos I was in. When I realized how out of control I felt, I really just had to stop and say this affirmation. I am the calm I want to see and experience in my world. The energy I wanted to feel, generate, and summon was calm. I didn't want to be locked into the chaos and reacting like I had lost my mind, because trust me, it felt that way. I was the key, and you are the key in your world. You get to reclaim and reestablish the tone for how you want things to go in your world, but it starts with the frequency you emit. Take a pause for the cause, catch your breath, and find your center. You are worthy of self-care every day, not just on a Sunday. As you do all the things and chase your dreams, self-care has to be a major part of your day-to-day life. Giving yourself what you need is the key to being able to give everybody else what they need. If you're having a hard time making sure your self-care is on your list, get all the deets in the Encourager's Insider Guide to Self-Care. These free, easy DIY tips for simple ways to make self-care a part of your daily routine, plus some bonus goodies. Get your free Encourager's Guide to Self-Care because you deserve to be a priority on your list. Grab it right on the blog or the show.encourageovereverything.com/self-care freebie. No more being last on your list. Grab it today and give yourself the gift of self-care. Meditation is a great way to do that. If you don't meditate or it seems too hard to do, let me encourage you to release any preconceived notions or labels that you've tacked on and really truly give it a try. There are all kinds of meditation tools out there that are completely free. Insight Timer is my favorite app. It has a ton of free resources. Literally type in a word and there is something for you. I love guided meditations. Those are definitely amongst my favorites. But what I often need to really get to center is quiet. What I love is this app lets you create your own meditations as well. You can set a timer to begin and end with a chime or a sound. And in the midst of the sounds, the beginning and the end, you get to enjoy complete silence. Meditation is such a gift, and the peace you gain, it reminds you it's always available to you. I also remind myself nothing is happening to you right now. Even my thoughts can get out ahead of me, and I become stressed thinking about all the things I have to do. I've already mentally walked through the 50 steps when all I'm doing is sitting right here in this moment. No one is leaning over me, telling me I have to do it right this second. And yet that's the pressure I'm allowing in that moment. Instead, I really have to just pause. I remind myself in this moment, I am safe. Nothing is happening and I'm okay. The power of the pause is magical. It puts you in the position to be the calm you want to experience in your world. And this right here might be the single most important thing you hear me say. Ask for help. The only reason you feel isolated is because you've isolated yourself. In the amazing world of technology we live in, we are literally surrounded by resources to help. Whether you ask Siri or phone a friend, help be right at your fingertips. And yet you'd rather sit and feel like no one understands you or knows what you're going through. But that's only because you haven't reached out or tapped into the resources available. You can ask for help in so many ways. Thank the heavens for podcasts. You can search a topic and find a lot of great shows with the support you need. I mean, look at you right now. Listening to this episode and getting the goods. I'm here for you, babe. We got this. If you feel alone, it's a sign to reconnect. You've got family, friends, co-workers, old classmates even. The list goes on. You know someone that is willing to listen and connect with you. Yet, if the feeling persists of feeling like you are all by your lonesome, it's really a sign to open up to the people already in your life. What I've noticed is you could have hundreds of Facebook friends and yet very few real connections. It's often because you may not feel safe to really open up. It's the vulnerability that we crave that we actually have to participate in. Yes, you run the risk of being judged or even worse. We all have fears like that in relationships, afraid to open up and show your real self for fear of being hurt or your vulnerability being used against you in some way later on down the road. Yes, while all of that is an option, so is someone seeing the real you and connecting with you on a much deeper level, someone understanding you better and actually loving you even more because they get to see your true character up close and personal. These are the things that create the connection and relationships we crave that are more possible than you can imagine, but your fear of the worst stands in the way of it actually happening. I love sharing my favorites with you. My favorite app on my phone is the Growth Day app. The journal feature is everything. If you want to be able to journal literally anywhere you have your phone in hand, this is for you. If you don't know what to write, no worries. You will want this for the science-backed journal prompts alone. It's a great place to reflect, explore, gain new insights, and level up your perspective. This all-in-one personal development app has a great plan section, a place to capture your life scores, and so much more. Now, if you love self-improvement as much as I do, you are going to love what Brendan Burchard has put together. Check out the link in show notes, and I'll see you there. Asking for help is a very vulnerable act. No one wants to be rejected or thought of as less than because they need help. However, we fail to see the opposite is also true. People love being able to show up for the people they care and love tremendously. I see it as a give and take in the relationship. There will be those times when you're giving the help and other times you're receiving the help. And as we go back and forth in this way, being there and supporting one another, we build those deeper connections that we crave. Just as the fears of asking for help going wrong are available, so are the beautiful ways it can go right. It is not a sign of weakness to ask for help. In my humble opinion, it's incredibly smart and a sign of strength to know yourself well enough to know you have hit your enough point. You have exhausted all your resources and you don't want to try to eat the elephant alone. Asking for help is a solution, not a reason to stay stuck. So whose help do you need? Who do you need to ask for some support? What is one or two things that someone could take off your plate to lighten the load? What is something you could pay to have someone do for you altogether? What would make your life easier right now if you had an extra pair of hands handling this for you on your behalf? You don't have to ask someone to completely solve your problem. The solution or help you need is not always a full-time job. Sometimes it's just a few steps that can create a lot of relief for you. So stop seeing asking for help as a sign of weakness when really it's a sign of wisdom. I really hope this message served you today. The great news is, if you're going through it right now in this moment, it is temporary and you will reap many rewards from this season. I love you so much. You are not alone. I am here and so are those within your reach. Tap in, connect, and get back on track because together we can encourage over everything. Thanks for tuning in. I would absolutely love to hear from you. Please take a moment to leave a review. All you have to do is rate by lighting me up with some stars. And leave a few words. If you share this episode, let me thank you in advance for sharing positive messages because we all know some peeps in our lives who could use an extra dose of encouragement. And I'm throwing virtual confetti right now to celebrate you for finishing this episode. I don't know about you, but I'm not ready for this to end. So if you want more, check out theshow.encourageovereverything.com for literally all things Encourage Over Everything. Stay connected and join the email list. Get that VIP treatment by being the first to know all the happenings and get encouragement sent right to your inbox. theshow.encourageovereverything.com has everything that you're looking for, from show notes and all of the info on today's sponsors. And if you are looking to connect with other fellow encouragers, be sure to join my exclusive community at the Encourage Over Everything Facebook group. I can't wait to connect with you in the next episode. Remember, there isn't anything that we can't get through because together we can encourage over everything.